Cloud9 bringing you guys today another cool sci-fi product review, and today I have from Playmates the Star Trek The Next Generation Bridge Playset. And I'm going to be having an assistant, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, but you can call him Johnny if you really want. Today's going to be from a whole new location with a whole new tape, so I apologize to anyone else that has been watching, and there's been a funny clicking, buzzing, spurring, whatever kind of noise has been going on. You might hear some other noises going around, but that's just background noise. So let's get started. This is a really cool playset that I got for an awesome grab. I got it for a really good steal. I got it used, and I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't for such a good price. But it's definitely a really good collection piece. So let's get started here. I'm just going to back it up a bit. And it's a pretty big playset. Here's Johnny sitting over there. So kind of gives you an idea how big it is. Assembly is pretty straightforward. It's a lot nicer, I think, than the one for Star Trek 11. You got this base plate here, and you put all the walls together. They come in all sorts of sections. There are two. I'm going to turn the camera over here. You can take this out, these two pins out, and this flips down forward, so you have more playing action, I guess. I don't really see a point for it, but it kind of makes it feel like a Star Trek stage in its own weird way. So again, they're just small little tabs with letters on them, and you just stick them in here. If you're wanting to not lose these things, I could recommend either getting some tape or hot gluing them, because hot gluing might not damage it, or it'll do the least amount of damage as possible. So, as you can see here, you have 5 chairs, Riker's, Picard's, Troy's, Data, sometimes Geordi, sometimes whoever else. And I'll flip it around here. That's what it looks like from the back. You got a really awesome looking Romulan warbird there. You got all the stickers for the computers and whatnot. All the chairs do swivel, and they come out really easy. They're just stuck on pegs, so not much to them. Not much to these computers either. They swivel, these swivel, these swivel. You get the picture, right? Then you have, point this down here, you've got the tactical station here. And you have 7 buttons. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in on those. There you go, you can see them all here. And underneath them, yeah, you can barely see it right there. Probably won't be able to see it due to YouTube graphics. Is the on-off switch. So I'm going to show you guys all the sounds that it has. So there it is on. I'll unzoom here. Let me readjust this for you guys. So yeah, computer kind of activates here. The sound effects are really pretty cool, I think. So here's the first one. So there's open and closed communications. Alright, that's computer processing basically. So yeah, there's red alert, and as you guys saw, there's a little button, or sorry, not a button, light down there, lights up and blinks. I thought it was a pretty cool effect. So that was phasers, and you might have seen there's a little bit of a red light here. It's not as bright on phasers, but on like photon torpedo right here. So you kind of got that effect. That's pretty cool. I thought it was a fun little add to it. That was a tractor beam. And of course, warp. So I'm going to shut it off. And I'm going to spin it around one more time. So I thought this was pretty fun and nifty that they added. It has 2 elevator doors. You can put your figure here. And, oops, I pulled it out of the tabs. I'm going to zoom in on Johnny here. And you can see that little tab at the top there. You pull this open, and the doors slide open. I thought that was pretty cool. And next we're going to be taking a tour of all these other cool tactical stations over here, I guess. They're all labeled stickers and whatnot. And you can stand up your figures nice and neat right there. And there's these tabs here and here. And you can pull these out. And they are supposed to be chairs. This one's supposed to be a bench. This is the chair. And your figures are supposed to magically sit on there without falling off. I find it kind of ridiculous. So, you know, if you have quite a few Playmates figures, you get little bits of accessories and whatnot. And just throw them in there because it looks like they're part of a computer mainframe or something. You know. So they just fit in there. And then I'm going to unzoom, bend his legs, which is ridiculous how they sit, but he actually fits pretty snug, and he's pretty happy in his captain's chair. So that is basically my review of the Star Trek Enterprise Bridge playset. A few cons about the thing though. It's big and it's bulky and you really don't want to take it apart. If you do have all the figures, a way to display this would be, as I said, to get some hot glue. And if you don't really care too much about your figures, go for it. If you do, then I don't recommend really doing this. You can do is you can hot glue them, all the crew, and hot glue them into their chairs and set them up so they look like they're working on the bridge. And then you can take it and drill a hole in the bottom right here and put a nail in your wall and hang it up like this. And it'll look like they're all doing something. So they'll be sitting all like this on your wall. And it'll look kind of cool. But again, if you're doing that, you have to secure a lot of things like these pegs in here. So size is an issue. It's a big thing to have around. I think that's why the people I got this from were getting rid of it, is because it was big. And the other thing is the batteries are really bad. Here they are. These two batteries here are taken out of a toy transformer from Hasbro. These batteries are made by Hasbro, as a matter of fact. They fit perfectly in here. This one I could barely get in it. For some reason, I don't know what it is. They either built this thing too small or batteries have gotten bigger over the years. Batteries don't fit well in this thing. So be careful, because I had a battery actually leak in here. And it nearly wrecked the thing. But it does have this tab, so you can, you know, when you want, if I can do it, yeah, just like that, pull all the batteries out. So these ones fit for some reason. They're smaller. These are made by Hasbro. They are power fuel. They come in the Transformer toys. For some reason they fit, and something like this, I think I got this at Walmart, just needed batteries really quick. Doesn't fit really well. But don't let that discourage you, because I don't know if you're going to be playing with your sound effects all the time. So, this has been Rebels at Cloud 9, and Johnny, this is Rebels at Cloud 9, signing out.